Obviously, diplomacy has important ways of communicating through social media as well. I mean, being able to put out a tweet of condolence or support, or it's easier than and more direct and resonates more than issuing a press statement that then has to be picked up and carried on wire services. So there is a directness to social media that is extremely useful for all politicians. But I think we have to, and I know exactly where your question's going, in this idea that there are people using the technological forces to undermine and redirect democratic impulses and foster the kind of polarization and controversy that is so common now in some corners of our political discourse. I think we have to remember that this is a new sort of era of communications. There's a lot of learning going on. We have to learn how to make sure that we are actually enhancing our democracies instead of undermining them. And I think part of that is about understanding that we need to be empowering citizens. We need to give people faith in political discourse, in democracy, in the world that we're building. And that's hard to do. And how we actually use the same kinds of tools in positive ways to connect people, to counter the negative narratives out there, and to leave people feeling connected in a positive way, is where I find people respond to the level you react them with. If people are trying to get negative emotions out there, or make you angry, or make you divided, or make you hate your neighbor, we have to do a better job of giving people a positive alternative. Because most people, if they're given an equally compelling positive alternative, will rise to meet that positive alternative. But if it ends up in a screaming match between one side versus the other side, whoever's better at nasty is going to win. If we actually think about it, it's easier to push someone into being angry. It's harder to pull them into being positive and earnest and involved. But the way you pull them, the way you draw them into building a better society is by creating that connection and that confidence. And that's something you can use social media for and technology for just as easily as you can use it for negative things.